Wellness Wednesday is brought to you by Adventist Health.
And welcome back on this Wellness Wednesday. I'm Kiyoshi Tomono, Partnership Executive over at Adventist Health, and I'm here with Chef Matt, who is actually our Executive Chef over at our hospital here in Bakersfield.
Good morning, everybody.
Good morning. We're going to be cooking a very healthy recipe. It's based, it's a Blue Zones recipe out of the cookbook by Dan Buettner, and we talk a lot about Blue Zones regularly here on KGT, and the idea is these are the areas around the world where people live the longest, and in fact, Okinawa, Japan, where our recipe is that we're going to be doing here this morning, is where the women live the longest on the planet. So these are the longest lived women in the world. They're doing something right? And they're living well. So these are not like people that are really sick in bed at age 90, 100. They're still climbing hills, and they have good family structure that keeps them together, and they cook often in the kitchen. So great recipe that we're going to be doing this morning. Chef, take us away. What are we starting with? Okay, so we're going to be making Okinawan glazed greens today. This is a great recipe. You can really use any type of dark leafy green. Today we're using bok choy. You can also use kale, chard, mustard greens. You can even use spinach if you'd like. So the first thing we're going to do is we have our pot of gently simmering water. Okay. We're going to toss just a decent sized handful in there. It's a light boil, it's not rolling. No, not a rolling boil, just a gentle simmer. You don't want to be too violent with the greens. You want a nice, gentle, gentle push on them. Otherwise you're going to have a bowl of mush. Exactly. At the end of this. Okay. Excellent. And I mean, greens obviously have a lot of great nutritional value in them. They've got a ton of loaded with vitamins and iron and all kinds of great things. Yeah, lots of folate in them, antioxidants in them. They're good for heart health, a lot of fiber in them also. So it's healthy. It is very healthy. Part of the reason why people live long, right? Exactly. So. And while this is going, we're going to make our dressing. Okay. So in the dressing, we have fresh squeezed orange juice, and this is great because there's no added sugar in it, no preservatives. Natural sugars from the fruit. Okay. Then we have mirin, which is a sweet cooking wine, Japanese sweet cooking wine. Okay. Can you get this at like local stores? Yeah, local stores. Look for if there's an Asian aisle, something like that. Okay, that'd be perfect for those. And then we also have white mirin. So white miso. Okay. White miso is a mix of fermented soybeans and rice. Miso. I'm thinking miso soup, like you get at Japanese restaurants. Okay. Same exact thing. There's 3 different types of miso, white, yellow, and red. We're using the white just because it's a much lighter flavor. If you're going to use red or yellow, it's going to be a much bigger flavor, and it's going to overpower the greens a little bit. Okay. This is a pretty simple dressing here. It's not much to it. Nope. Give it a good whisk. Okay. The other nice thing about miso is that it is fairly salty, so we're not adding extra salt to this. It's also high in glutamates, which are also very good for you, but glutamates also means umami, which is going to be a big flavor bomb in your mouth. I learn something new every time here. This is awesome. All right, and our greens are almost done. So you can see it's really quick, a minute or 2, that's about it. What do they call it, blanching? Is that the right word for it? Yes. Okay. And we are serving this as a hot salad. If you were going to do this as a cold salad, you'd have a little thing of ice water right here. Put it right in. Yeah, an ice bath. And the nice thing about the ice bath is it'll keep that nice green color. We don't want olive green salads. We're going to give a little push on this just to dry it off. Pretty simple. It's a very simple salad. And the nice thing about this, it is a quick one. You get home from work, it's something easy to do. You can also have your kids do this. But we're just going to pour that in. Which our friends over the Edible Schoolyard, who have been helping us out on these recipes for the last year or so, that's what they're all about, is getting kids in the kitchen too, which I know you're a big fan of. I'm a very big fan of that. And the other part of it too is getting your kids to eat green, because they're going to look at the green, immediately have a hard pass or a no, and it's nice when your kids are involved in the cooking process, they're a little more inclined to be like, oh, I cooked that. Exactly. And the nice thing about this recipe is you do have the sweet from the orange juice, so it's not going to be that very bitter. Blanching it also takes some of that bitterness out of those dark leafy greens, so kids hopefully will have a better chance of eating this one. We like kids trying it. What they always say over there is don't yuck someone else's yum. I think that's their phrase, so at least try it and see if you like it, a little bit of it on your plate. We use the 3-bite rule in my household for my girls, so. Everyone's got different rules, but it's all great, because what you're trying to do, right, is start those long-term, am I supposed to try this now? Yes, you are supposed to try it. Just asking. Those healthy habits early, so that your kids are trying healthy foods and eating healthy foods. Well, that's really good. All right. I like it. It's approved, and it's a very simple recipe, like you were saying. It's got a little citrus, and definitely got the saltiness there, I think, from the miso you were talking about. Great. Excellent recipe. Again, kget.com if you want more of these recipes. We'll take a quick break. We'll be right back after this. Thank you, everyone.